like to do is kind of like when I take photographs, they're just like beautiful, so I want to paint them. So I chose this rose to do. Yes, I chose this rose to do because I really like the vibrant colours of it as well, and just wanted to kind of have a paint that's pretty much all red, but using kind of, instead of using black to kind of make it dark, I used blue, because it's just like more kind of in thing with the red colour as well. And I wanted to kind of make it called dewy, like there was water on it, so I used the gold paint because I'm a little bit obsessed with gold as well, so it just kind of makes it sparkle and shine a little bit and just look like it's freshly just been rained on. Just like capturing a moment in time, I guess.
I don't actually plan what I'm going to draw or paint. What I do is I just sit and I look a little bit and let my imagination take over, and it just evolves into a picture. And it's very fulfilling, and it's also very relaxing for me because I've got a very busy life with grandkids and one thing and another. And I absolutely have found this place has opened up my art for me. And one of my other paintings that I haven't got in here, I started to do some skyscrapers and I didn't like it. So I turned it on its side and made it into flower pots on the steps, and I absolutely love it. And that's what my art evolves as I'm painting. Like I might have changed that into something else. And till I'm actually happy with it, and then that'll be it. I won't finish it till I'm happy with it. And a lot of the times I think that I'm not happy with it, but then somebody else will come and say, well, I love it, you know, because I always started off as an illustration. I've always drawn from being a child, loved it, fashion design and everything. And then I thought I'd like to start to paint, but then I used to just spoil everything, in my opinion. And as someone said to me today, but you might not have spoilt it, you might have enhanced it in someone else's eyes. But in my opinion, I spoilt it, so I went to Barnsley Art College just for 6 months to try and get some more inspiration, which I'm so glad I did. And then I found this place, and it's been the world to me. And Chinwy and all the staff are so friendly, so I'm really glad I'm part of this. It gives you somewhere to show your work. Otherwise it's just in my little bedroom, my mini studio. Yeah, so that's what my art means to me.
So this piece is called Me Joy. So basically when I was making this piece, I wanted to create another window, like a portal to this world that I see in my mind's eye. It's a whole landscape and world. It's kind of like Avatar, but better. And so just like these little elements come together in such a way that I don't know, I find it hard to put into words. I love geometry and geometric design and sacred geometry and that kind of thing, and a lot of African art is made on that kind of basis, and I didn't realise that. So that's just these little bits here. I was inspired by this, is it a tribe of people? Well, the name that I'm thinking is Mbale. So it's like a silent N, B-E-L-E. And it's just bringing together these really cool influences of Africa. And then if you look deeper in here, there's like little bits of the more sacred imprint in there. And again, the universe is made up of sacred geometry and these sacred geometric shapes. And you know, like the golden ratio and stuff like that. And so all these different elements make a bigger world. And then all these tentacles here are like the tentacles of life, like reaching for new life, and these colours actually glow in the dark as well and change colour with like different light on there, with blue or pink light. And the sky tails, these you'll see quite a lot if you go over to Africa or any like tropical place. It's like pieces of fabric that are beautifully coloured that just fly in the wind, and I never had really taken any notice of this. And so I was watching a film and I'm like, oh my god, I've done something that is quite beautiful and quite African inspired again. So cool, I think I'm doing something for the ancestors somewhere. And then I love tribal markings on skin. And so now I'm starting to experiment more with that in this alien Amazon form, and the colours are vibrant. And when I finished painting her face, I just saw joy. I was filled with this joy, and I'm like, Joy, I will call you Joy. And then this is me in a joyful expression, and so this piece is called Me Joy. Yeah, the joyful expression. Yay! Woo! It was more so
it was like the final outcome of a project that I'd done for school for like year 12 last year, and it was done from like a photo I'd taken of my friend, and yeah. I really like the sort of contrast to black and white.
It was funny, during the time I wanted to do a sort of gothic, sort of quite dark sort of thing, because I've done stuff like that before, but I wanted to sort of go full on sort of darkness. Generally it came from just a crime documentary I listened to on a podcast about this woman called Stacey Andrews, I think she was called, in Manchester in about 2012, I think. But essentially, what she did was she had a sort of ulterior personality on the internet, which is this sort of dominatrix sort of goddess woman, and she eventually sort of got some of her followers to murder her husband. And this actually happened, you know, in 2011. So I thought, you know, there's a lot of paintings that are about sort of tragedy and about, you know, you look at Renaissance art and a lot of it's about sort of myth and tragedy. So I was just looking for something that's sort of like a modern version of that. And at the time I was thinking about how social media and stuff sort of affects us, and the way that she sort of blended her alter ego, her own personality, I thought was very interesting. It was sort of a condensation of, you might say, social media at the time. So the idea of the painting is that it's all about that sort of that murder and what happened. So it's the idea that all the women in the centre are sort of the same person, so it could be sort of anyone you know. And then all the other details are really just about how the sort of details of the murder itself and what happened, really. So essentially, I think it's more sort of about how we project ourselves as different people through social media, and how a lot of things are fake. You know, for example, if you're looking at this, she's sort of one of the main figures here. She's standing in sort of space there, but it's not really. It's supposed to be like an opening, but it isn't. It's more like a screen, like a flat screen that you stand on, like a phone or something.
Oh yeah.
So, and all of the other sort of aspects, the details of the insects and the spiders and the remains inside these geodes and stuff are all just related to the story itself, really. It was, like I was going back to what I said, it was just about a sort of modern tragedy, a sort of modern sort of event that happened there. I'm not trying to sort of make an honour to it or sort of make it like important, but I think it's interesting that that happened, and that would never happen if we didn't have the internet.
It's very true.
So it's kind of about that, but also this opener at the top as well. There's sort of been, I've done it before in paintings before. I've used the exact same composition in sort of stormy clouds. So again, that's also about sort of the way art and the images are sort of fake, and they're just sort of reproductions of things that aren't real. So.
It's amazing.
That was the idea behind it, I think. It's hard because I did this painting like almost a year ago now, and I've exhibited through I've put it in a few sort of galleries and stuff, but it's hard to sort of recollect what it was about after a few sort of months.
Yeah.
Even. It's hard to sort of come back. You have to sort of look back at what you've done, but yeah, it's essentially, it's very influenced by Richard Dadd, who was a fairy painter in the sort of early 1900s, I think. So it's a lot of it's based off that. And again, just sort of summarising, it's about sort of the falseness of images, the falseness of social media, and the way that you can project the alternate personality through.